is inevitable that you will experience failure in the pursuit of success. However, that being an obstacle, it should be a teacher, a force which gets you thinking outside the box. Currently, we're all facing a temporary detour. Who could have possibly imagined that we would start this year in lockdown? Well, it's not a dead-end street. We will find our way out. Failure is a matter of perspective. The choice is always yours, to either let the pandemic rule or we accept the new normal and think productive. Well, it's a good thing you took time to make a date with me today on the Being Determined as we think productively. Stay motivated. Today, I managed to invite a sister, a friend, motivational speaker, content creator, a podcaster. Well, she's one in a gazillion. Nyasha Mandimutsira, the phenomenal woman. Girl, thank you for joining me and the Determined Beings in today's episode.
Hey, Mels. Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be on this wonderful, wonderful podcast in this beautiful new year, tough times and all.
Well, how did you welcome the brand new year?
Well, I spent it with my family, and we just waited till 12, and everyone was just happy to just get into the new year. So yeah, I just spent it with family, just together and appreciating life, and yeah, that was what my entrance into 2021 looks like. It was very chill with family. Yeah, lots of love.
Yes, COVID-19 is back. Well, it never left. It's a bit harsher this time. 30 days of lockdown in the first month of a brand new year. Girl, how are you taking it?
I'm actually okay with this, because first and foremost, what's most important is safeguarding people's lives, because there is no country without a people. So people's lives are important. So me staying at home like this for 30 days while, things are monitored and things get back to normal, for me, that's okay. Because life is important, health is important, safety is important. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm in 100% support of it.
So, January is the month we get started. Since it has been blocked, can we safely say we're postponing our resolutions? We can always try in 2022, hopefully so. Or is it too early for us to give up?
I don't think we have to completely write off 2021 yet, or at all. I think that it's too early to give up. And look, 2020 was hard, but we still pulled through, right? 2021, it started off at a very rocky start, but you can still sift through these resolutions and find the ones you can do at home and you can accomplish at home. And when things do change and things get better, you can always finish off, the other resolutions that you've left behind. But like my dad always says, make hay whilst the sun shines. So you use the present circumstances that you're in and you make the best out of it. Who knows, 2021 might just surprise you, and so we shouldn't write it off at all. We shouldn't write it off. We shouldn't give up on it. We're still in January. A lot can happen in between, and a lot of good things can come in between. So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, let's be practical. We're looking at a country like Zimbabwe, the hustler's den. We're talking about Gary the hustler here, who's like walking miles to get a customer. God knows what he's selling. How is he supposed to make it at home? Like, how is he supposed to make a living?
Okay, I get that not everyone will have it easy this lockdown, and it's gonna be hard, but with the present circumstance at the moment, what's best is to preserve a person's health, right? And to ensure that people are safe. to ensure that this Tom has customers to go to after this lockdown is done, right? So we think it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park at all. It's going to be really difficult, and it's January, the beginning of the year, a lot happening. But at the end of the day, we just have to follow, the rules. Ensure that you're safe, everyone's safe, and the rest will just work itself out.
Well, girl, you're right. Indeed, health matters. But let's look at it from this perspective. When an empty stomach starts grumbling, rumbling, complaining, anyone, if not everyone, is willing to risk. How can we ensure that the hustling continues in the comfort of our homes? We need those pennies. We need to stay alive. How can we balance both?
Basically, it's possible to continue hustling, but there's also need to keep in mind of the regulations and rules that we put in place in order to protect everyone. It's not you're not only protecting yourself, you're protecting the next person. So hustle, yes, but do it in a way that protects not only you but the next person.
Okay, Nyasha, look, I am talking about a person who sells tomatoes or maybe bananas. These are perishables. She obviously knows that the mask is essential, and maybe she has a sanitizer, that is if she can afford it. Well, social distancing is out of the question really, because you won't find 3 people at a store. She's the one who's approaching them. Now, if she dares to move around, we both know what will happen to her, but she still has to hustle. How is she supposed to do that? This is a person who's completely blank, who's running out of ideas, but she has to think productive. We want her to think productive. She's on the verge of giving up. What would you have to say to her?
Okay, so look, some people are not awarded the luxury of changing trades, right? So what do you do when you don't have the luxury of changing a trade? You do what you can with what you have. Nowadays people have, their clients' contacts, and they stay in contact with their clients. Whenever they need deliveries, they can be done. So I think it's just about holding on and keeping on, because this thing is not only affecting the average day Tom, it's affecting everyone, and it's impacting everyone's lives, even the little child to the oldest person. So the best thing is just to make do with what you have, what you can do. If you can get in touch with your clients, tell them you still have their products, you deliver them, but just doing it under the confines of the rules that were set, because it's not protecting only you, but it's the next person as well. That's what I think.
Thanks a billion for making a date with us. What should we look forward to from the Phenomenal Diaries crew? We need to stay motivated, before we completely lose our minds.
Thank you so much for having me. It was such an honor being on this fantastic podcast called The Being Determined with Nels. I was so excited when you called me for this. The Phenomenal Diaries with Nyasha, definitely coming back, more, inspiring, more motivational. It's just about keeping people going through this tough time. It's so important, just keep, things can still happen. Even during, this COVID times, things can still happen. Change can come. Great businesses can be built. Things can be done. We don't have to stop. We have to keep going. That's what life is all about. So, yeah, thank you so much, Mel. It was such an honor. And to all the listeners, please do stay phenomenal.
So remember to stay phenomenal, and please not. The pandemic is not just affecting the average person, your sad Billy, desperate Joe. Before we complain, let us remember that health matters. You won't be able to hustle from your grave. I'm sure by now we all know that the mask is essential. Staying home will not kill you. You can always hustle from there. This time is the time to start being innovative. We cannot waste 2 years in a row. Start being creative, think productive, stay determined. And from this side, peace and love, Mel signing out.